Now we look at the finals. Now what happened that 5 days before Mahendra Singh Dhoni win the match with the same configuration of the planet and with the same Mahadasa Lord, same Antardasa Lord and same Pratyantar Dasa Lord. What changed in 5 days? This is very interesting. Everything should, when everything is same, the result should be same. Something might have been changed. So that is the power of astrology. That is the power of the mathematics involved in the astrology. Vedic astrology, if you will know, if you will follow it rigorously, you will find it that it is in fact, it is in fact a mathematics, and that mathematics is as accurate as it can be to its minute degree. So not so strange, but like it behaves like it is a system, and the system works with the pure mathematics of Vedic astrology to its minute degree, to the detail of its minute degree. So that is, we will find it out why Mahendra Singh Dhoni and CSK won on 25th of May when everything is same. Then how Mahendra Singh Dhoni did not succeed in the finals, that is 26th of May, that is 5 days after. So look at the chart very carefully and find out the transit of the planet. So what we have said earlier is, when you are to look at the results, when you have to look at the um, uh, particular outcome of a result, never miss any single point, because Vedic astrology takes into consideration of all the points. Like suppose I am giving you one example. If the main period lot is favorable for an event, the sub period lot is neutral for the event, and the sub period lot is also neutral for the event. So the first thing we will look at the main period lot. Main period lot is favorable, so it will try to give the result. So Rahu as the main period lot, it tried, Rahu has tried it maximum to give Mahendra Singh Dhoni and CSK a win in IPL 2013 on the Sunday 26th of May, but the effort of Rahu did not materialize. The effort of the main period lord, the Mahadasa lord. See, Mahadasa lord has the maximum say, but it does not have the all the say in deciding the result of an event, because astrology, Vedic astrology take into account of all the factors and not only one factor. That is astrology. It will take into account all the factors, and that will make the script more interesting. Suppose there is a wind, and what type of wind it will be? Will it be a easy win, or will it be a win with a struggle? Or if there is a defeat, what type of defeat will it be? Will it be a very humiliating defeat, or will it be a defeat with a fight? So all these things are scripted by the main period, sub period and the sub period lord and their transit. and the planet which are in relationship with the main and the sub period lord. So if suppose the main period lord and the sub period lord is positive, but if the sub period lord, the antardasa lord, which has also the maximum say in deciding an event, if that is neutral, if that is not totally favorable, in that case, even even then in that case we have to look at the transit. If the transit of the planet is favorable, then there will be a win, and if the transit of the planets are not totally favorable, then there may be a struggle and then win. And if the transit of the planet is not favorable to many extent, then there will be a struggle and there will be no win. So essence of astrology. That is how the script is so vivid. That is how it is so interesting. The story becomes interesting. Why? Because the main period lord is trying to give the win, but the sub period lord is not trying to give, is not trying to give win, is not contributing to the win. So we look at all the factors, and when most of the factors will try to give win, in that case a win will be assured, and in some case some factors are against the win and some factors are for the win. In that case we will look at which factor is more, which is weighting more. In some case, suppose if you will attribute all those points and weightage to the main period and the sub period and the sub period lot and the planets which are related to the main and the sub period lot, if we will give some weightage to all the three slots, and after that, if we will find that for the win, if the weightage it is coming for 51%, and for loss it is if it is coming 49%, in that case the win will come after a struggle. And if the main and the sub period lot and these lots only in the transit, if they are giving a weightage for win, for suppose win 90%, 90% and loss 10. In that case, the win will come very easily. So that is how the story is scripted by the main and the sub period lot. Whether the win will come with a struggle, whether the win will come without a struggle, whether there will be a struggle and no win will come. So these all things, to derive a particular result, we have to look the overall results of these planets and their results in the transit. So look at the event on 26th of May. What is happening? What has changed from 25th of May, that was the semi-final. Very interesting point, and a mathematics of pure accuracy, the mathematics of pure minute details. You look at it, you will find at it, and you will amazed with it. Now I am discovering you the difference. Look at the chart and you will find out the difference between the degrees of Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of 7th house. It rules the 7th house of the worldly gain. It rules the 7th house of 7th house. It is a house like 7th house. In particular, if we have to know the results of the 7th house is a house of spouse, 7th house is a house of business. But in particular, we have whenever there is a transit of the 7th house planet, if you want to know the results of the 7th house planet, and even if you want to know the results of the 7th house planet in the natal chart, then it is highly positive, it is a highly beneficial house and a beneficial planet, the lord of the 7th house. And it is it acts like a house of gain, it acts like a house of 11th house, and it also acts like a house of 10th house, because 10th house and 11th house, 10th house is a house of authority and 11th house is a house of gain. So both in that aspect, the authority is also giving you gain, and gain, 11th house is a house of gain, so it can be gain in any mean. So in that respect, you can consider the 7th house as a house of worldly gains. So Jupiter, which is a highly benefic planet in Mahendra Singh Dhoni's horoscope, it is strong, it is posited in the first house where it has the strongest Digbala. Now Jupiter, this is Jupiter and this is natal Mars. Now when Jupiter and natal Mars are exactly coinciding with each other to its minute degree, in that case the Mars is afflicting the powerful Jupiter. They are virtually at the same point. The difference is only 0.022 degree. So the difference is 0 degree. It is negligible. So Jupiter and Mars are conjunct to its minute degree. And that's why the Lord of the 8th house, so in deciding any event, the Lord of the 8th house is such an important. Lord of the 8th house is afflicting Jupiter. Jupiter, the house of worldly gain, in that day, Mahendra Singh Dhoni has not got the worldly gain. He was deprived from the worldly gain of winning the match, because Jupiter was exactly to the minute detail of 0 degrees on where at the time of his birth Mars was located. So since Mars and Jupiter, that is the Lord of the 8th house, and in transit the Lord of the 7th house, they came on the same point, they came over each other In that case, he was deprived from the win, and CSK and Mahendra Singh Dhoni was denied from win because of affliction of the Lord of the seventh house by the natal Lord of the eighth house, Lord of obstruction. So everybody tried. The Rahu, the Mahadasa Lord, he has tried his best so that CSK and MST should win. The Antardasa Lord, why? The Antardasa Lord is not in a good relationship with the main period Lord, that is Rahu. That is, they are with second and 12th position to each other. So Rahu and Rahu, that is the main period lord, and the Antardasa lord, that is the Mercury, they are in 12th and second position to each other. That is not good. And why Mercury? The transit of Mercury become important because Mercury was in the nakshatras. Mercury was in the nakshatra. Mercury is in the nakshatras of Ma, uh, Mars is in the nakshatras of Mercury. That's why the transit of Mars become important. The operating, the sub period, what is the sub period? Sub period is of Mercury, and Mercury is in the nakshatras of Mars. That's why Mars become activated, and Mars gave the result of loss of obstruction because Mars was activated due to the ruling sub-period Lord Mercury, because Mercury is situated in the nakshatras of Mars, which rules the Lord of the 8th house. And see, what is the difference between the degrees? The difference between the degrees 5 days ago is only 1 degree. Jupiter was 27 degrees and the natal Mars is 28 degree. So there is a difference of 1 degree. And so his overall planet is so strong. The efforts of all the planets are so strong because Rahu is contributing to his win, the main period lord. The Mercury is also not totally. It is not. Uh, it is not that Mercury is not trying anything for it to win, but mostly it is not trying for win. It is acting as obstruction because it is in the nakshatras of the Lord of the 8th house, and it is also not in a relationship with the main period Lord, in a good relationship with the main period Lord. So, but you look at the difference because all the planets are trying to give him win, but only the Mercury, that is the sub period Lord, in some extent it is obstructing the wind. But when the planets become exact to its minute degree, in that case only the lord of the eighth house, the eighth house of obstruction, in that case only the Mars, the lord of the eighth house, has its final say when it is afflicting Jupiter. When it is afflicting Jupiter to its minute degree, that is 5 days before Jupiter and Mars were, the difference between their degrees were one degree, and even the difference of 1 degree is not negligible, but even the difference of 1 degree has contributed win When the planet become with 0 degree difference, in that case only Mars and Mars the lord of the eighth house of obstruction, when Mars, when Jupiter came over Mars just on the same degree where Mars is located in the natal chart, it obstructed the way. So that is the essence of astrology to its minute detail, so to its minute mathematics. That is why we called astrology is a science. People believe it, it is a science. By fact, believe it. Look at the transit. How? To the minute 0 degree difference, it is giving result. So keep watching me and subscribe me. There is a lot more to discover. If you have any question, you can ask as a comment. And if you are facing any problem, you can go below, just go below in the link, and you can order your reports. Like you can ask any question about your life. If you just want to ask any question, go for ask a question report. Or if you are facing marriage problem, go for marriage report. If you are facing any problem with your child, go for child report. If you are any facing problem with your career, go for career report, career horoscope. When facing problem with marriage, go for marriage horoscope. When if you want to make matchmaking, go for matchmaking horoscope. And in case if you want to learn astrology and you are very serious, you have any doubt, then you can go for learn astrology report. In that case, your doubt will be cleared on the phone for 20 minutes or for 60 minutes. So keep watching me and solve your problems by ordering your astrology horoscope.